flawless elegance. Also, save you future repair and replacement costs.
Kwale tulitadumu kudumu.
Paa isiyoharibika kwa urahisi na itakayodumu kwa muda mrefu zaidi. Dumu Zas, mabati inayodumu kudumu. Bidhaa bora kutoka Mabati Rolling Mills.
This is KTN News.
It is the 22nd of April. Good afternoon to you and welcome to KTN Weekend at 1. We begin this hour of news with the President's apology following the shambles of the Jubilee nominations yesterday. Also in this hour, we speak to our reporters covering the party primaries in various parts of the country. My name is Michelle Ngele and welcome to the program. Let's begin with the highlights. President Kenyatta apologizes for the shambles in the Jubilee party primaries yesterday. And delays and complaints mark the start of ODM primaries in Mombasa. All right, so welcome to Weekend at 1. We'll be giving you details of President Uhuru Kenyatta's apology over the shambolic Jubilee nominations yesterday. We also have our reporter, Mashirima Kapombe, who will be joining us live from Nyeri County, where aspirants on the Jubilee ticket will be addressing the press, also trying to express their grievances following the cancellation of those nominations. But first, President Uhuru Kenyatta is apologizing for the failed Jubilee party nominations yesterday. The president spoke at State House in Nairobi. Let's listen in.
It is not that we were unprepared. We were underprepared. We were underprepared for the sheer scale of turnout that was witnessed. And therefore we did not have adequate material. And that is why we took two key decisions. One being that we cancel all the entire process to ensure that we now move towards upping and taking into account the kind of turnout that we witnessed yesterday. And that's why we canceled that, so that we can now prepare. And I am confident that this team behind me, plus an additional backup that we are also putting in place, will ensure that we have a credible and transparent process. So rather than play games, we said we must keep to our promise, we must keep to our pledge of free, fair, and transparent nominations.
All our reporters on the ground are following up on the nominations across the country. Mashirima Kapombe will be joining us shortly live from Nyeri County, while Murimi Mwangi is holding fort in Kwale County, where the ODM nominations are taking place. But first, let's cross over live to Nyeri County. Mashirima, I understand that aspirants, Jubilee aspirants, were earlier on expected to address the press to just also air their grievances on the cancelled Jubilee nominations. What more can you report from the ground as of now?
Good afternoon, Michelle. The aspirants were supposed to give a presser, or rather a reaction to the cancellation of the exercise of nominations for the Jubilee Party yesterday. They were supposed to do it at 11 a.m. this morning, but when they heard that the president will be giving his own reaction, then they said they would wait until he was done for them to express whatever it is they wanted to express in terms of the cancellation of the nominations. But as it is right now here here at the Green Hills Hotel in Nyeri County. About over 15 are already here, including the aspirants that we have here includes the current governor, Ambassador Samuel Wamadhai, senatorial aspirant Daniel Wamahio, who's also the chairman of the National Oil Corporation, and there's also the aspirant for MP Madera, who's brother to the late Governor Nderitu Gachagua, that's Rigathi Gachagua. They are here amongst other aspirants who say they want to give a reaction on what the president has said, the apology that he's made, and in regards to how they expect the exercise to be carried out, and when they expect the head of the Secretariat, Raphael Tuju, to give new dates, or rather a new schedule to when the nominations should take place. Michelle.
Mashirima Kapombe. Then, of course, Mashirima, we've had the president, who is the party leader of Jubilee, also address the press on the same. He says, of course, most of what happened was because they were underprepared and the voter turnout was rather too high in the areas where the nominations were taking place. Has there been a reaction to the president's address?
No one has reacted yet, but from those who we've talked to, not just the aspirants, but even supporters of the party of Jubilee here in the county of Nyeri, they're very happy and they're excited that that step was taken, because they said it would make no sense to have some areas where it was said that the nomination exercise was smooth, to sort of separate the whole exercise. You can't separate and say some areas were okay and some areas were not okay. So they are totally in agreement with the step that was taken, that the whole exercise should be cancelled and a fresh exercise should be done. However, the residents that we spoke to are hopeful that this time the mistakes that were experienced yesterday will not be experienced again. Michelle.
Many thanks, Mashirima Kapombe. They're live for us from Nyeri County. We'll be crossing over back to Nyeri County later on. But let's also keep up with what's going on in the coastal region with regard to the ODM nominations. Murimi Mwangi now joins us from Msambweni constituency in Kwale County. Murimi, how is the progress of voting so far?
Good afternoon, Michelle. Well, at Mombasa Primary School, it has been a long day of waiting, anxiety, and even anger, as you can see, among a majority of the ODM party members here, because up until now, they haven't been able to vote due to a mix-up of the voters' register. The officials inside that room say that still in communication with the party headquarters to see if the proper register that has the names of a majority of those that are supposed to participate in the exercise here can be delivered. But for the entire day, this has been the scenario here, waiting for long hours, anger and frustration. And we want to pick a few thoughts from a few of the residents here regarding what's their take on this delay. Mama, tufahamishe umefika saa ngapi na labda kama umeweza kupiga kura na tatizo ni lipi?
Mimi nimefika hapa saa 12 na hakuna kitu kinaangazika. Tunaambiwa kura mara zimeleta shida, sijui kusipigwe, mara madebe yamekosa mifiniko, mara tunasikia memba kuna. Mimi mwenyewe saa hii nimepiga, niko na kura na niko na kitambulisho. Naambiwa mpaka huo umeregister kwa ODM ama kwa itwaje? Kwa Jubilee ndipo ufanyeje upige kura. Na mimi niko na kitambulisho na niko na kura na sijaandikwa kwa register, na mimi nataka kupiga kura, itakuwaje?
Na unapozungumza na maafisa wanaosimamia uchaguzi hapa, wamesema wanatia juhudi zipi kuhakikisha kwamba mnapiga kura, manake masaa yamesonga?
Sasa bado ndio wako kwenye process, ndio tuwasikizia, bado hatujaona la kung'ara.
Shukran sana. Mama, tufahamishe jina lako na labda umefika saa ngapi? Hiyo ametoroka. Wacha tuzungumze na baadhi ya wagombezi ambao, as we understand the aspirants here, some of them, their names are not on the register. Mheshimiwa, you are contesting here.
Yes.
Your name is not on the register. What feedback were you given by the officials inside that polling station?
In fact, I have just only arrived. I don't know whether my name it is appeared or not. So first of all, I have to go inside to testify if my name, it doesn't appear. But to me, where I'm coming from, my name was there. So, because even yesterday, I tried to announce this thing, because there was a total rigging. Because nowadays, ODM, all these political parties, they have come to rig so that they have got their normal candidates. So if they have identified their normal candidate, why do they now just want to make the community to be quarreling to each other? No. My assumption, I'm saying, if this thing, it will continue like this, as now Maroni, it has been stopped, even here we have to stop this thing. Yes. Because now this is not true and fair.
Have you communicated with the officials inside there regarding what they are doing to address the issue? Have you been able to communicate with the officials?
Just now I've arrived and I want to go inside to see what is happening. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time, Mheshimiwa. Well, that is the picture here, the frustration of the ODM party members who have been unable to participate in the exercise up until now due to the mix-up of the voters register, the ODM membership register that is supposed to be used here, because what the officials say here is that only legitimate ODM party members can participate in the exercise and they need the proper register for them to do that. Back to you, Michelle, in studio.
All right, many thanks, Murimi Mwangi. They're live for us from Msambweni constituency, Kwale County, informing us that voting in Msambweni constituency in some polling stations is yet to take off following a mix-up of the voter registers as well as the lack of some aspirants' names on the voters register as well. But let's also take a look at the situation in Kilifi County, where the ODM nominations are also taking place. Francis Ontomo has been holding fort in the region. Francis, what is the situation on the ground?
Well, we are broadcasting from Kaumoto polling station here in Malindi, of course, one of the biggest in this particular constituency. And as you can see here on the background, the queues are building up here. Supporters of the Orange Party are coming here in huge numbers, of course, to determine who will fly the flag of the party in the parliamentary elections come August. There has been a lot of delay. There was actually a huge delay in the morning because of the polling materials actually having come late to this particular station. There were also disagreements actually pitting the two camps between Aisha Jumwa and William Tengo, who are battling in this particular contest, and they could not agree even on the basics on where actually to place the ballot boxes. The poll officers actually took charge, and eventually polling, the exercise has already begun, and right now it is underway. The process is quite peaceful actually, security quite tight here, and things actually quite moving at the moment. The reason why Malindi constituency has been on focus is because Malindi is special in so many ways. This is the constituency that has kept on shaping the politics of Kilifi County here. Right now, the race is even much bigger because the incumbent, William Baraka Mtengo, will be racing up against Aisha Jumwa, the woman representative of Kilifi. The two have been speaking on the same, speaking along the same language politically, but at some point, the woman representative now decided to go for it. She was a huge supporter of Mtengo in the by-election that brought in Mtengo, but right now she's now going for it, and the race is hotter and of course getting hotter by the day. There has been, of course, allegation and so many concerns on whether this process will be free and fair, and that has been a matter that has been on the public discussion, on the public domain here. Many have been speaking about it, and there is an air of anxiety actually on who will end the winner in the end of the day. There are accusations that the party bigwigs were actually supporting either of the two, and that has been quite a huge matter here. Of course, now what will of course be leading to this particular contest, and by the end of the day, these candidates, these supporters, and everyone in Kilifi County will be actually knowing who will fly the flag of the Orange Party here in Malindi. Mombasa Primary School played the epicenter of action, and this is where the two candidates actually met as they tried to square it out for the ODM nominations.
It cannot go any other way. I am confident. I exude a lot of confidence. It is even seen in me that I exude a lot of confidence, given that I know I will carry the day. But if I am to lose in a free and fair and credible electioneering process, I would swallow the humble pie and say I have lost humbly, because Malindi is greater than all of us. We shall not cause chaos. We shall not agitate for aggression. What we want is to see a peaceful electioneering process. As you are aware, our town purely depends on tourism.
Tufanye uchaguzi wa free and fair nomination in Malindi, and King should keep off. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa ni statement ambao watu wangu wametoa. And even myself, I'm saying that Kingi Amason should keep off this exercise. because yeye kama yeye ni mwana ODM, we are all in ODM. Kwa hivyo yeye akitaka kama na preferable candidate wake, then nafikiri angoje wananchi wafanye uamuzi, so that kama ni ule wake akiwa amepatikana aendelee na yeye, na kama sio ule wake then I give way, my friend. Me, I want to tell Kingi hivyo.
And of course, our ears and eyes will be trained right here in Kilifi County, and particularly in Malindi, where the heat is actually building up, so that we give you updates as they happen right from here. My name is Francis.